Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Batman Arkham Asylum. So they've decided to put on some bombs on these indoor gargoyles, which are not a thing, which will make them blow up. And that opens up the door to having to play this game much more like a stealth Metal Gear game than an actual let's see, this is currently inactive, so that's useless. And this passageway is blocked by vines. They're bending over backwards to change the environment and make it more difficult. So I don't know if there's are even any enemies in this room.
Did anyone catch the game last night?
So here we've got a Scarecrow section. Which the mouse cursor is now on the screen, so I'll move that out of the way. You have Scarecrow, a Scarecrow version of a trailer for the game, I guess. Like, nobody's gonna be fooled by any of these though, because yeah, nobody's gonna be expecting that they'd see any kinds of glitches, let alone the faked out visual glitches we're seeing right now.
Can I keep him, sweetie?
So
Please,
we're just gonna play the first section of the game, and you can see that the puppet is now the guy in charge of Gotham, Zaz, and a regular person, and Harley are just carrying them. And they've got all the regular people trapped. So this probably was an amazing tech demo when it was first played by journalists.
Your prisoner, dear.
Whatever. Just be quiet. He's not looking too good.
No, he's not. We really should feel sorry for him. He never fully got over his parents' death. It left him quite insane.
And now we're playing as Batman.
What is going on inside your head, Wayne? He's gone. Just a twisted
can't see me.
shell of a man.
Cut me free!
He's all yours, Joker.
Oh, goody. Come on, Mr. J. We're ready.
I've waited a long time for this, Bats. Let's start the party.
So he's just gonna shoot you. And then you get that game over scene, which they've assumed. Use the middle stick to dodge the Joker's gunfire. There is no middle stick. And then we hit retry. R.I.P. Bruce Wayne. And then we're climbing out of that. And yeah, we're in the Joker sequence. We can see over here a crazy person in the skin of Batman. My outfit is also less torn than it has been, and so several animations being put on the skin of the Batman, with the skin of the Batman, and yeah, we're just gonna go. So I kind of assume, since no map is available, that we might either end up on the wrong side of intensive treatment when we exit here, or we end up, is he eating a rat? Yeah. We don't see any of the other crazy people doing that. We can punch ourselves and it just goes through. sure how I'm supposed to move from this point, though. Like, we're just gonna be able to jump and maybe hover all the way to a platform? Nope. So, are we supposed to climb up to the edge of this? Nope. So we can't go into detective mode. We're clearly missing something. Oh, we do have this ability now, don't we?
What are you trying to do?
We haven't really used any of our abilities up until this point in these Joker sequences. So it's not realistic to kind of expect that that was going to be the solution. Alright, so we're going to come over here and hide. And then we're going to run up here and climb up. And he's going to throw some skeletons at me, which seem like they are my BY takedown not really working on these guys. The Cupid, the ventriloquist doll doesn't make sense. He really shouldn't be a character that's actually in this game.
A classic case of split personality, if I ever saw one, have cemented our reputation as a pioneering slaughterhouse.
Okay. So I think we're gonna have to just run quite a bit here. Alright, so just want to be fairly careful to not.
Assured that he's cured almost every patient sent to him and boasts empty beds in all his wards.
I think Waylon Jones is probably a bad guy.
You can believe what you see, Batman.
There's a second Scarecrow with Batman tied to a chair. To the right. It's kind of silly to have it kind of play out this way, and have to be infected by the gas multiple times. You can see the game is saving, so we just hit a checkpoint.
Dare to step into my gaze. You failed. Now suffer.
So yeah, another failure, but that's fine. It seems to me more junk flies in the air the longer it takes you.
When he outlined his vision of a hospital dedicated to ensuring inmates remain loopy for as long as possible, I thought he was wacky.
Let's just run. You have to kind of run with that. Then we'll just play kind of quickly. And there's a grapple. We got a little ambitious there. This is a great example of a sequence that really shouldn't have a fail scenario, because if there is a fail scenario, you're just going to end up ruining the setting, the storytelling that you're building around this. So, yeah, I don't know exactly
Is your
how
mind
you
playing
fix that,
tricks
but
on you, or am I? And at
We're
the
getting
end of fear, oblivion.
really just the same hint each time. So, I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong, whether it is just that they want me to move faster, or if there's something to hiding and dodging. Let's see. I jump here, I hit here, and then I hit A, and then climb, and then get behind that all at the same time. That doesn't seem like that's
Now
doable.
suffer.
So maybe I need to be at the bottom section and hide for a cycle. I guess that's probably it. I guess I'm supposed to do something like this. Or I just hide back here.
What you
And
see,
he can't see me. And then we'll wait until he turns the other direction. And now we'll climb up. Yeah, that was what that was. Okay. So I have to kind of get back here. And let's just run towards it.
I think you need a little more. Tell me, what demons do you have left to beat? Shall we see?
So he just injects you more. You don't really have control of that.
Are you enjoying the extra dose, little bat?
I think at this point we're
Rush things this time. I'm
just going to
every
maybe fight a giant hallucination of the Scarecrow, or maybe not. Maybe we are just going to be thrown a large amount of enemies, and I guess this is a slight opportunity to try and expand on the number of enemies you're fighting.
You're fighting back. Good. It can only weaken your resolve.
We've got now a super strong skeleton, which is just really the skeleton of a Titan character. And we know how to defeat them. And I'm throwing, like, well, I don't know what I'm doing actually. I hit the left trigger to throw a battering the first time. I did kind of nothing. I hit the right trigger the second time and it activated it. So it feels to me like they probably just are activating the lights regardless. Regardless of what button I'm pressing. Yeah, it's just activating based on time.
How are you doing this? You've ingested enough toxins to drive dead men insane. What are you? Why fight it, Batman? You're as crazy as the rest of us. You need us as much as we need you.
So
To prove it, I'll flood the catacombs with enough fear gas to break the minds of everyone in Gotham for 100 years.
We had a whole bunch of Titans we were fighting, and a whole bunch of people we were fighting, and we were on this side, which I guess maybe they would have reanimated it if there was a way to walk through the other side. We have an upgrade, and we might as well upgrade the battering power. And next we'll want to upgrade the combo battering, and then if we continue to get experience through just doing the story, we'll think about upgrading the sonic battering and this. Storyline wise, we're still just walking through a room. Dr. Jonathan Crane plans on elevating. Now we don't, I think, have a timer. So he's just taken like the special elevator down to where the crocodile is, I believe. And I think I actually need to go back in the other room. Because I believe there is something we're looking for. Interview tape.
Care to tell me how these got in my office?
Simple, really. I put them there. Why? You don't like flowers?
I think the guards would be interested to know you've been out of your cell.
Oh, if you really were going to tell, you already would have.
How do you know I haven't already?
Sweet. I like you. I really do. Even your name. Rework it a bit and we get...
Harley Quinn, like the clown. I know, I've heard it before.
It's a name that puts a smile on my face. It makes me think there's someone here I can relate to. Someone who might like to hear my secrets.
Really? Go on.
Not here, my dear. Too many ears and eyes. Come back tonight. I'll be ready for you.
So yeah, we're still getting tapes which give us backstory to some very basic stuff we kind of already knew. Like there's not going to be anything surprising here. Let's see. So in this area, we have a Riddler's challenge of Dr. Jonathan Crane's plans on elevating fear to a new depth. Which Jonathan Crane is, I believe, the real name of the Scarecrow. But I think I need to go through here. Hook up with your relatives before they're transferred out of here. Right. This one is controlled by that. We have the remote hacking ability if we can figure out how to use the system to shut down these. We definitely could have done that. And here we have this interview tape.
Crazy, you know.
Oh, Batman?
No, Santa Claus. Of course, Batman. Always Batman. I've seen it in his eyes. Screaming mad stalkers. And dishonest. Hiding his face behind a fright mask. Well, no masks for me. I have nothing to hide. I laugh at the cruel absurdity of the world. But Batman, he's got them all fooled. He's made them think he can make a difference, that he can actually make things better. And the joke of it is, they all believe it.
The police?
The police, the media, the frickin' junior rangers. Every last sack of walking meat.
He makes an interesting point.
Listen, sweets. Batman knows we're all on the same funhouse slide into madness. Why won't he admit it? He's up there in his belfry laughing at us. And the real gag is the miserable liar is allowed to run free while I'm in here.
That's really incisive.
Then you understand.
It is a somewhat valid argument to make that Batman alone has done basically nothing to improve the crime stats or the amounts of crimes that have occurred in Gotham. Now, of course, there is a author writing all of this criminal activity, so it's always going to happen that way. But he does militarize enemies and villains, so then the villains militarize themselves to, no, his militaristic vigilantism and judge, jury, and executioner, although not technically not executioner, causes people like the Joker to become more violent. He is definitely not de-escalating anything. I guess this is supposed to be Aaron Cash's office, which I guess makes sense. And so here we have a picture of Aaron Cash's family, which somebody made, and that's pretty badly animated. It almost feels like Aaron Cash is the father of a next generation Batman from that image, because that would be the ironic twist, is if the current Batman failed to save Aaron Cash and him and his wife got murdered, and then the son grows up to be a new Batman. And that might be the case. I don't think it is, but in the Batman Beyond series. Alright, well, we got that riddle, and then guess you're kind of on your own otherwise. I don't know why there was gargoyles up here. We should go back and check that. Like, we're being overly thorough, I know, but I kind of would like to know, why is there a gargoyle up over here? Was this just some simplistic minigame section? I doubt there's an achievement for swinging on every single gargoyle. Had I walked in this room and say swung up there, I still feel like I would have been hit by the Joker gas. We've already been over here. Yeah. So I seriously doubt that there was a way to avoid that trigger. And going around, guess we can do that. Just to see if there's anything here. Alright. Meanwhile, we were up there and we didn't see anything, so I think what we're supposed to do is just kind of jump down, because you can kind of I guess we are just going in the opposite way that we went before when we climbed up to this area, or we could potentially save ourselves some frustration if we had the secrets map and know whether there is something worth collecting or getting something. Yeah, I think that's really what that's going to boil down to, is we're going to have to just assume that we've collected everything and move forward. It's not worth our time to goof around. I saw an explosive wall, and here's something we wouldn't have been able to grab before. Seriously?
Joker be pissed. Why should he? He let Crane out in the first place. So what's down there? Killer Croc cell. Hell, you've heard the story. Might as well call it. Same difference. No one goes in and comes out.
Alright.
So why is Scarecrow going down there? Yeah, lock the door behind you. He ain't coming out again.
How do we get in here and take these guys out? Or do we get in there and take those guys out? I think we do. Oh, this is just really stupid. The way you are constantly having to play in detective mode and just change the appearance. Why not just make the game look good in one way and then have all the elements that are collectible not hidden visually? That makes so much more sense. That is something that probably will be a bit of a deal killer in Arkham City, is if we are having to play in detective mode this whole time. That's gonna suck. We also haven't gotten a lot of these Arkham history things
The
in a
Gotham
while.
police dragged a new patient to the island.
So it feels like
They
we're gonna
said he was
maybe run into
responsible for the
6 or 7 of these in a row.
of hundreds of the city's vagrants. As I looked at his disgusting body, all scales and teeth, my mind ran free, dreaming of delicious punishments to break this monster. Doctors gathered around, poking it, examining, but only I knew what would cure him, once and for all.
Now, I don't know if this story is telling the story of the crocodile, and the crocodile is like really old, or if it's talking about a character like Mad Dog or an unnamed characters. Like there was one unnamed character that killed the secretary. I assume this is supposed to be some kind of thing you scan, but I don't see anything here. No subject detected. Alright. I see a mushroom. I see just a bunch of mushrooms. The only thing I see is this light. So what was supposed to be in this room? Why is this room here? Why did I blow up a room that has nothing in it? That's weird. That's weird for sure. Almost like you would have played the game in some way that you would have had the explosive ability without the scanner detective mode ability, which would have never been the case. Right, we're still trying to work our way around and get that Riddler trophy. It's gonna be kind of a miracle. It seems like they probably planned for you to be able to jump backwards at one point, and that didn't get implemented either. Where was that crate? Like I may just have to go all the way back up and work my way all the way down. don't know how else I was supposed to have gotten in that room, though. Because I don't think the line ability is the thing. Yeah. It does feel like you could have kind of easily just jumped down the other pathway. So this is where we started. And then we're going to try and follow the path as much as possible, which takes us here. Which takes us down here. We're looking around. What's the next way down? Go this way, and then that goes in circles, and then that moves us to this. Which, and this is definitely going to be a huge waste of time, isn't it? Goes down here. Once it's over there. Let's see. Nothing over here. Jump down here. Jump down here. Let's go ahead and jump across that. I assume that we're not supposed to just fall down. There we are. Let's see. Can we grab this with the grapple gun? No. Can we hit this with the line gun? No. So my only guess is I was supposed to jump, and I failed miserably. Alright. So these doors, by the way, these aren't the doors we came in, but they are the doors we came in. That one's locked. That one seems like that would open. Yeah, that's the way we came in to do something different. Let's see. We had this section over here that I guess this was the Riddler thing. Jonathan Crane has plans. There's some plans. Either we didn't have the ability to scan, or we just didn't have any of the Riddler's riddles to start with there. So we got that done. We need to get in that area and take on those guys, which I think you just kind of run through here. They're making it simpler than it probably needs to be. Alright, let's... So one guy with the knives, we have to hit the B button on. Otherwise we just beat these guys. And that palm strike in no way connected. And we had to take them out so that we could hack this. It is getting down to the wire. It is definitely getting down to the wire as far as whether I want to get the last bits of collectibles. Do I want to waste another 4 or 5 minutes trying to get that one Riddler trophy? Or do I want to call it a day? Let's see, we came up this way. Let's go this direction and see if this does anything. No. It is just a dead end. And I think that Riddler trophy probably is the only thing in this area. Otherwise, I've just didn't look in this area in detective mode at all, which is also a possibility. There seems to be a limiting factor on how far you can grapple. So I have to do this to get back up here. And there's no real speeding this up. And then that, get up there. Well, there's a couple different ways to go. So this may be the wrong direction. Maybe not. Let's look here. Is it possible that there's another vent entrance? Possible, but I would say unlikely because I would see it. Is it possible there's something I'm supposed to land on and then grapple up? I don't think so. Pressing B also does not drop you down, in case you were wondering. It doesn't just drop you down when you're standing on a ledge. That would be kind of a modern convenience. Let's see, battering, explosive drill, multi-battering, remote control. Battering, I mean, we can certainly try it. That actually did probably tell us a bit more information than it would seem. Let's see. Oh, seriously? It feels like you're supposed to just jump. But then it feels like that doesn't really work. And then you have to grapple over here. But it feels like you could probably jump this direction to get up here. And you can't grapple over there, so if that is a one-way solution. Where I'm standing right now is not really where I should be able to stand. And I think that is what is... Where did those enemies? Oh, there's more guys down there. Is there possibly some Metroidvania ability that I'm not thinking of that we would get? I guess that's the case. I guess I can only really give this one more attempt and then we've got to move the story. We've got to go forward. And this probably is the death knell of this. Like, because nothing's working here. we at most are going to have one more ability in the top right. The line doesn't work. The back claw doesn't work. The remote batarang, if we throw it this way, we can kind of see there's nothing in that room. Is there a higher or lower position to take? No, it just feels like it's glitchy. Yeah, it was literally just glitchy this whole time. I was hitting either too far to the left, too far to the right. Yeah, speaking of glitchy, he's floating in the air with maybe 1 foot. Right. So we've got a whole bunch of guys down there. Let's try something here. Can we throw this way and get 1 guy and 2 guys? Yes, you can, for better or worse. But that was a really bad idea because now we've got gun guys coming around. I don't know what would have been the best solution to this circle of people. I got a B takedown, a BY takedown there, and then when there's only 1 person left, you can't really get the combos up. Not that a combo really increases your bonus by much. Oh yeah, I got a 3 variation bonus. Alright, so we opened a gate and it took us barely a few feet lower. In this room, I don't think we are gonna find anything more, but the good news is we got the secrets map now, so what do we got here? Hands off my locker. And that's not a riddle. Alright. So the mysterious item was the secrets map. So it probably is the case every time that it's the secrets map. And so if we look at the map now, yeah, there's something I missed over here, and then several collectibles further down this section of the game that I guess we're still on track to actually want to purchase this. Here we have a shock collar for the crocodile, several shock collars, so no guarantee that he isn't still wearing one. If there was only one and it was broken off, that would be more of an indication that that was the case. I could have sworn that this was going to be one of the Arkham history stones, but I guess not. I guess they're just reusing that. The cameras are still looking at us. No indication whatsoever as far as who's watching with the cameras. Best case scenario, you would guess that it's the Joker. There's a bunch of meat. And yeah, I'm not doing anything with the meat. I don't know if they really needed to use the 3D model up to animate a single piece of meat if it's not going to be used anywhere else in the game. And so yeah, open the door, and unless this just goes into a boss battle, which it doesn't seem like it is going to. Seems like what we're going to do Oh, we've transitioned completely out of intensive treatment into a whole different area. So now we need the secrets map for the caves, and we probably still need some abilities to go back to intensive treatment once the plants are all gone. It really, the point when they bring us back to intensive treatment is the point where a lot of the doorways and passageways are also blocked. So I'm not really sure I would have been able to go through here. I think I would have been able to do it though. It will be the biggest question amongst all the collectibles. Certainly if we go back to intensive treatment for a third time. The caves, since we really haven't visited the caves before, we'll get most of those collectibles, and then all the other areas have small amounts. But most of the areas still have a couple of Chronicles of Arkham. So there's a lot of work there, and still a chance that we get to Arkham Island East and we still haven't destroyed 10 Glower Mouse, or same is true for Arkham Island North. Character bios wise, we still have 3 characters to unlock, and upgrade wise, we're about to hit another upgrade, and after Sonic Batarang, we'll probably get the upgrade to the Sonic Batarang, and then that'll be about it. We're starting to run into more and more enemies, and the enemies are the problem now. Let's go ahead and listen to this, because that opens the door to losing over and over again just because 20 people are attacking you at the same time and you don't have enough button mashing skill to win.
Please don't do that again, Mr. Cash. It's not helping. I'm sorry about that, but what can we do if you insist on hospitalizing 3 guards?
Strap on whatever you like, Doc. This thing just tickles. I'm happy to wait here. Wait for the bat. He'll be back, and I'll kill him. Then Cash. Then you. In your dream. Now get him. Now.
So there you have Aaron Cash shocking Killer Croc, which does not work well for his character eyes.
75% of my challenges? This can't be right.
So 75% done on the collectibles. It's gonna be tough to get that last few. Alright, so out of safety's sake, I'm not gonna walk through this door. By the looks of it, there's gotta be a decent amount of stuff before we get to the Killer Croc's fight, I would assume. But yeah, there's got to be a decent amount of stuff to do still. But also questionable how much more there really is to do, because we fight Killer Croc in this level and then we fight a giant plant, or we just blow up a plant without fighting it, and then that defeats Ivy without actually fighting Poison Ivy, which maybe that is the case. So yeah, that could be it. And then that might just directly run into the idea of you can take on the Joker whenever you feel like it at the end. You'll probably just say, I'm at the visitor center, that room we went into before, and that'll trigger the final boss fight. If I don't think that there's actually anything before that has to be done. I guess maybe we also have to deal with the Scarecrow. He probably, maybe not. Yeah, it's weird writing, because it feels like in the next couple hours, maybe an hour and a half, maybe 45 minutes even, we're going to end up fighting Killer Croc, the Scarecrow, and a giant Titan infected plant, and that doesn't make a lot of sense. We haven't fought a ton of the Titan infected bad guys, and that doesn't make a ton of sense. Other than my assumption that they ran out of funding and they couldn't program the Titan infected bad guys with enough move sets to make them interesting to fight. They seem like they really only have two things they can do: try to ram into you, or pick up a dead body or something off the wall and throw it at you. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.